Today is November 2nd. The World Series is winding down, which means the Yankees offseason is starting up. So let's talk about the New York Yankees.
Talking Yanks with old Jomboy and Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme, and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talking Yanks with old Jomboy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old Jomboy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks, brought to you by DraftKings. My name is Jimmy. Sitting next to me is Jake. And in the corner, we got producer BBD. Back to our regularly scheduled episodes. This offseason will be coming out every Tuesday and Thursday, live or premiering on YouTube at around 11:30 noon-ish. Jake, how you doing?
James, Big Baby David, everyone live in the chat, everyone else listening, happy potential last day of baseball. The World Series is winding down. Thank you to any of our Talking Yanks people that have been tuning into live streams or any of the Talking Baseball World Series stuff we've been doing. I'm doing well. Jim, we just kind of had an impromptu meeting, and it was the first time I was kind of excited to get like my Yankee brain going. You know, let's talk some club options. The only Yankee conversation, which is kind of the how's the weather, is like, which shortstop do you want? You a Correa or Seager guy? I've been talking to a lot of smokers recently. Nice guys. They just can't quit it. So, yeah, I'm excited to get into some of the nitty-gritty. There's also some fun Halloween Yankee stuff, so you get the sillies out. I'm doing good. How are you doing, Jim? You got some stuff?
Got some stuff going on. Yeah, so we'll be back to regularly scheduled episodes, but I will not be on them. I'll try. We might have some banked. I might be here and there, but Baby should be coming today as you're listening to this, or tomorrow. And then I'm taking 3 weeks off, being with the kid, and then I'm part-time for 3 weeks. So I don't know what that means for Talking Yanks. Jake's got some co-hosts, guests lined up that are going to be awesome. I think we have some episodes that we can put in the can. But as updates come, we'll be here every Tuesday and Thursday, and if it's breaking news, whenever that happens, except me, I'm gonna go hang out with my baby. Fingers crossed, everything goes smooth.
That'll be nice. Yeah, we're gonna get ahead of some things. I think we've got some good ideas for off-season topics. We're going to do some of the fun stuff that you guys have asked for in the past. Not going to give too much away. And some topical stuff. I think we're going to take some different angles at free agency this year. Maybe point out some of the more glaring things and talk about kind of every direction it can go. That way we'll clip the 2 minutes where we're right, and we'll be like, oh...
Absolutely.
Undefeated.
Should have listened to us.
Absolutely.
Perfect season. Did you hear that?
Did you hear it? A perfect season. I actually just went to DraftKings.com.
You're kidding.
Because I wanted to place a bet on the Yankees to win the World Series because I figure the odds are probably great.
Yeah.
I mean, or bad, however you want to look at them.
Okay.
Sprinkle some on there. But they don't have it yet. I guess I don't know when they're going to put those up. But I'm excited to do that. Okay. And you can as well at DraftKings. You just got to go to the sportsbook. You guys use the code Jomboy when you download the app. You can get yourself some. Here's what you do. Yeah. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bet $1 on the World Series game. You get $100 in free bets. You put that $100 in free bets on the Yankees to win the World Series. In the odd chance it happens, you probably win, what do you think it is? 100 grand?
How much to win 100 grand?
If you put 100 on them right now, what I don't know.
If you put $100 on the Yankees right now to win next year's World Series, it's probably 100 to make 400, something like that. Yankees never get great odds because people bet on them.
But they don't like them now.
I would assume their odds are better than that.
You're going to make a lot of money, and all you did was put $1 on game 6 of the World Series, and then they gave you $100. You put all that 100 on the Yankees to win the World Series. And then you're so happy because it happened, and you're double happy because you made a ton of money. And if the Yankees don't make the World Series and they disappoint us again, then you're at $1. It's easy. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code Jomboy. Bet just $1 on any World Series game and win $100 in free bets if either team gets a hit. That's promo code Jomboy. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the 2021 World Series. Must be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, or PA. Only new customers only. Minimum $5 deposit, $1 wager required. One per customer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Major League Baseball trademarks and copyrights are used with permission of Major League Baseball. Visit MLB.com. So go do that.
Huge. And yeah, I guess the other thing we should announce, we've decided to reverse engineer the whole show to get closer to 2020 vibes, or 2017 vibes. So I'm moving back to Denver.
Yes.
Jim's moving back to San Francisco, and BBD's just going to be a sperm in our belly.
Oh. You really think that?
I don't know.
I don't think
Probably not. I don't think the science adds up there either.
No. Does not. We have a list.
Okay.
Of stuff that's been happening in Yankees land that we've missed. Are you excited about to read this?
I am. Let's start with the big stuff.
Okay.
Aaron Hicks got engaged to Cheyenne Woods. A lot of you might know her from the Gram or LPGA Tour. She Tiger's niece.
That's how I know her.
Good content. Aaron's brother, our guy, posts a lot of content with her as well. So maybe you've seen it from Joe Hicks's Gram if you're a real Yankees fan. So happy for them.
Happy for them.
That's great.
And
Aaron Hicks is going to have a new arm, new wife.
Well, yeah, I don't know if he's been married, but a new wife, sure.
Still new wife.
Sounds like there was an old one involved in new. I don't know. Garrett Cole and his family, they dressed up like The Office, so
did it well.
They did do it well. That's why it works.
That can be a real cop-out outfit, and they did it well. They did it well. As they're the Coles.
The Coles, obviously. They're gonna do
that's
well.
on us.
Nestor's little cousin dressed up as him for Halloween, it says here. I didn't see that. Did you see that?
Look it up.
Yeah, Nestor Cortez cousin. And Halloween.
Another nephew, Jeter's nephew, dressed up as Jazz Chisholm for Halloween, and it was good content. Swagged out. So that's kind of the big stuff.
Yeah, I still can't find the Nestor one. It's got to be on his.
Nestor Cortez Jr., nephew. It's not a great Google search, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Nephew?
I'll be honest.
Nothing's coming up for me either. Yeah.
In a more real stuff, Jameson Taillon got his ankle surgery done.
Yep. So he's on the road to recovery. That's always big news.
That is. Interested to see timeline stuff. I'm sure we'll get some interesting updates during spring training, and we'll have to do the tea leaves game
Found
a little
it.
bit.
Nestor's story.
Yeah.
His cousin dressed up like mustache, Yankees outfit, Yankees hat. Really just Yankees uniform with a fake mustache. Great job.
Not bad. Popular costume this year. Bronxy. You saw that.
That was a good costume. Taillon, good luck, man.
Yeah. See you when we see you a
Not
little bit.
fun, but at least he's on the other side of it now. Okay. There were some awards. I mean, I don't really care about a lot of the awards season stuff, but...
Our awards?
No, not our awards.
Oh.
Although, I mean, Judge gets the Fielding Bible Award, which sounds more like one of our awards than an actual award. This is the Fielding Bible.
Yeah.
Neil Walker. Man of faith and can play anywhere in the field.
Be his documentary.
Yeah.
The Fielding Bible.
18 games in right field. No, Judge won the Fielding Bible. I don't know how real this is.
It's pretty real.
It is?
Yeah, and in defensive baseball circles,
it's obviously not one that's going to
regarded.
show up on the baseball reference page, but it's like it's one of those places.
It's basically who these people are the people that have gotten so mad at the Gold Glove people in the past. They were like, we need to make something we feel proud of.
Congrats to Judge.
Yeah.
Mookie Betts won it last year. Bellinger won it in 19. Mookie won it in 18, 17, 16. Wow.
Company you keep, right?
Mookie Betts, basically.
Mookie Betts.
Any other Yankee get, like, even nominated? Or how's this work?
Well, they have a bunch of nominations at the rest of this section. Real awards aren't out quite
for the
yet.
Fielding Bible?
Not Fielding Bible.
Oh, that's what I
for
meant. I
others,
mean,
so. I believe Judge is the only Fielding Bible guy. Because they just give out, I think they just straight up give out an award. It's not like a nomination.
they do, like, you get to vote for 10 people and then the sliding scale. Were you upset that Judge didn't get a Gold Glove?
Not upset. I mean, upset's the wrong word. I guess I'm upset at baseball. Like, the way everything came out, and, you know, I know we're going to get to the Silver Slugger stuff in a second, but, dude, it's just hysterical. I mean, Joey Gallo is nominated for the DH Silver Slugger this year. But
And-
he's also nominated for the right field
Finalist.
Gold Glove.
Yeah, it really doesn't
think
make
Gallo-
sense.
So when
like
you say those
15
sentences
DH
out
games.
loud,
Well, all their formats are for old school baseball.
Yes.
Guy played a position.
yeah.
It is funny that he's got, like, more nominations than Judge, and Judge had just a better season than him
Yeah.
defensively. And the only reason I don't really care about Gold Gloves is, one, they're meaningless, and two, Judge actively said he wasn't trying in the first half. He was like, I've learned how to limit my body. I've learned how to not make the dives when you don't need to make it. And I think Gold Glove usually goes to guys like Kiermaier who are just putting their bodies on the line nonstop.
This is probably the year he's been least deserving of it.
Yeah. But he's still so good.
He's still really good.
But yeah.
It's an overall frustration that he hasn't gotten one yet. But
Gallo nominated for right field Gold Glove, so the Yankees like have Clint Frazier nominated, then Gallo in back-to-back years, 2 nominations that
Ooh.
don't make sense, and like
That'll be a fantastic bar trivia at
Yeah.
some point. And
what
Dan Rucker kill
back-to-back
himself.
right fielders for the Yankees nominated for Gold Gloves in 2020 and 2021.
It's
People were
different
like,
people.
Judge?
Judge was
No,
one.
actually,
It's
no.
gotta be Judge.
What do you mean it's not Judge? Gotta be Judge. No, it's 2 guys that. How many combined innings at right field or combined games started at right field did both have?
I mean, for the Yankees is the real strong twist there.
Gallo played
Yeah.
9 games in right field as a Yankee.
Did he start all of those?
I would assume they were all starts. I'm just looking at the general appearance
My
log.
Joey Gallo.
Gallo on the season, because we're getting to the Silver Slugger, but
6
14
starts.
total games as a DH.
6 starts for Gallo in
Yeah.
right field.
As a Yankee.
And let's see, Clint Frazier was
Like 30 or 29.
60-game season, but something like that.
it just adds to the lore of the trivia a lot when you get to say
It's going to be a good yes trivia one day.
it is. He started
Paul O'Neill's going to let out a giant laugh.
27.
27 starts in right field.
Yes. So and Gallo was 6.
Yeah, it's gonna be like who were the 5 Yankees, the Yankee outfielders nominated for Gold Glove or who were finalists for Gold Gloves.
Yeah.
None of them Judge.
33 games started in right field combined. 2 Gold Glove nominations.
It's a silly sport sometimes.
That's a ridiculous one.
Played a great right field in Texas the whole time he was there, but
Yeah.
didn't do that on the Yankees. So.
Yeah, like at least this
At least
This one's
Gallo
a
and-
trade.
Yeah.
that
There's
make
more
the process
but,
makes sense.
The funkiness is,
yeah.
but it's just the funkiness of when you zoom out on it. It's
The
hilarious.
funkiness.
Garrett Cole, finalist in the MLBPA Players' Choice Awards for Outstanding Pitcher.
Fantastic. That's huge.
None of those words mean anything.
Nothing.
Finalist
Yeah.
for the Players' Choice Awards for Outstanding Pitcher. They couldn't get a little more creative. I'll take Fielding Bible over Outstanding Pitcher.
That's pretty bad.
Why
Outstanding pitcher.
don't they just say Best Pitcher?
Best pitcher is so much better than outstanding.
I won
pitcher.
Best Pitcher because they just want it to be hazy.
Outstanding.
Oh, he wasn't the best, but he was outstanding.
He was simply marvelous.
He was the most outstanding by far, but sure, he wasn't the best.
Well, was he the best pitcher or the most outstanding pitcher? That's content.
And 5 Yankees got nominated for Silver Slugger. What?
So
I didn't know that. I didn't see any of this. 5 Silver Slugger awards. How many players get nominated?
So this is where things get interesting.
Is it AL and NL?
ALNL.
ALNL. And I don't think there's a limit per position because I looked this up because DJ LeMahieu made the list, which was kind of
It's the oddball one.
kind of like, And I was wondering, I was like, okay, so, is that, do they have to have 3? Do they have to have 4? Like, what's the deal? And then I was thinking about AL second baseman, because DJ had a bad year. He was hurt. Marcus Semien had, like, a huge year.
He will be winning this award.
Can I plead super ignorance here? And a lot of
Sure.
people are going to get very mad at me.
Sure.
I had no idea the Silver Slugger is like the Gold Glove. It goes to every position. I mean, I don't care about the Silver Slugger just such a level that I never
matters even less than Gold Glove.
Yes, less than Gold Glove. And now I understand why. 9 guys get a Silver Slugger every year?
The best.
Yeah.
there's-
Well, no,
like
the best hitter
18
each
guys?
position.
Like a Gold Glove.
Yeah. Wow, I don't care about this at all.
Okay.
They're
I
your
like
best
it.
hitter at each position.
Well, I for sure don't care about nominations then.
Nominations, yeah.
Because
I mean,
when you
it's the
go
same-
that deep, like
it's the
you're about
same
to-
thing as Gold Gloves. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's where. So at first base, the nominees for Silver Slugger this year are Vladimir Guerrero Jr.,
He'll
really
get it.
good. Matt Olson had a really good year. Yuli Gurriel, he won the batting title. He's not in the same league as those guys. 3 guys. And you're like, okay, if we're getting down to final 3 nominees, that kind of makes sense. Here's second base. Marcus Semien, he had one of the more incredible seasons a second baseman's had. Jose Altuve, he had a really good year. It's Jose Altuve. Jorge Polanco for the Twins. He ended up having a really nice year for a second baseman. And then DJ. So he's the 4th nominee and a far and away 4th
Why'd they?
amongst those guys. So I think we looked it up. Like, I think if you get a certain amount of votes,
Semien, Altuve, LeMahieu, and
Polanco.
are the finalists.
votes are based on a combination of statistical production as well as the managers and coaches' general impressions of a player's overall offensive value.
so nothing.
So, yeah, I mean, DJ was kind of the shocker. But again, it's just a nominee, and I don't think they get anything from that.
No, just noteworthy.
It's just like an
for
award
us.
show where they give you the
They only
candidates.
recently started even doing finalists because it drums up a little more interest, and you see like, oh, which one got it?
Is that what's happening? They
That's
never
what-
announced
same-
finalists before?
It used to just
Yeah.
be the award comes out, and you find out
They should go back to that.
for these, yeah, like
Yeah.
gold
Because
like Gold
Clint
Glove, they
didn't
started
deserve
doing.
anything for 2020, and DJ doesn't deserve anything here.
Yeah.
And you kind of just and if you do it, why have DJ on there? The other 3 guys,
are so far ahead.
It
It's
doesn't-
so
kind
far.
of rude
They're just trying to get Yankee fans'
think so.
interest
to watch the announcement show,
It doesn't seem like
which is almost as more insulting.
and less real.
Yeah.
So okay, there's a reason I don't care.
And it's
for
not like a uniform. It's 3 finalists at every position.
So basically,
four
if
there.
the Yankee was in the top 6, which there's only 15 teams,
Right.
1 guy at each position,
Start
and
taking
some
injury
teams don't
guys
even have
out.
guys that play that position fully, so there's probably less than 15 options.
Yeah.
If a Yankee was in the top 5, they just threw him in just because now we're sitting here talking about it.
I think
the
so.
Yankees in the headline.
Because
And-
Gary Sanchez?
Yeah, I mean that also breaks into our just catchers in general conversation. But like Salvador Perez, Zunino, like in theory, you could have just had those be the 2 nominees, and I think real baseball
Where'd Sean
people would
Murphy end up?
appreciate that. I don't think he
Finished.
He had a
strong.
stretch at some point.
I don't think he put it together this year, but
Last note on the second baseman that was getting people in the streets fired up. they went to 4 nominees to include DJ, basically. Brandon Lau just exists.
Yeah.
Really good, 39 homers, and was good at the other stuff.
Yeah.
So if you're going to go to 4, so there was some Rays-Yankees stuff when it first came out. I caught some of that on the Twitter.
And rightfully so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, congrats to Judge
Congrats to Judge.
out of those 5. Is what I'd say. Yeah, Gary's a distant third. Murphy and him are very similar.
Gallo's lumped into the DHs, which is hilarious. 14 games as a DH this year across both teams.
Yeah, how does that happen? Well, why?
Stanton and Gallo are DH nominees.
But how does Gallo get voted as a DH when he only played 14 games as a DH? You can't just say, well, we don't. This guy doesn't have. This guy played multiple positions in the outfield, so let's just give him DH. Like that doesn't make sense.
Like there was the year JD Martinez, his first year with the Red Sox, when they won and he went crazy. He got 2 Silver Sluggers. He got right field and DH.
What?
He had that good a year, and he played both like the same amount. So like it was actually like kind of noteworthy that year.
So the more I learn about the Silver Slugger, the less it means anything.
Only time that's happened, but that
I'm not trying to knock any player that has a Silver Slugger proudly presented on their wall.
I think it's kind of a cool looking trophy.
It's a very cool looking trophy.
Yeah, I think you're getting caught up in the process a little bit. The JD thing is just a weird, dumb baseball quirk. It's kind of cool if at the end of the day you could say, I was a 5-time Silver Slugger at first
I actually
base.
don't mind that as much as the nominations are just stop doing the nomination.
The process.
Game.
For these,
you're making a mockery of
they
people.
They tried to make it more of a hype thing.
They're trying to do Masked Singer stuff.
Dude,
yes.
Announce the finalists for like MVP and sign the awards, the like awards that go to a person that we all care about, and have fun with that.
I am vetoing talking about Gold Glove or Silver Slugger nominations for the future of my life.
Miss Vito
is out.
You're out.
You're out, For Oz. All right, let's get into some real baseball talk.
Tell him who's in.
Manscaped's in. Clean genital region is in. Trimmed up, looking good is in. Feeling great is in. It's the holiday season. You got to tell your extended family that you have the Performance Package 4.0 from the global leaders in below-the-waist grooming. It includes the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Tame the Bush, score brownie points with the in-laws. What? That's what it says here.
Show your bush to your in-laws?
It says...
Seems like you wouldn't want to do that.
It includes the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer to tame my bush and score brownie points with the in-laws. That's what it says here on this paper.
Okay.
You're telling me your in-laws wouldn't appreciate that?
Yes.
Picture you. Picture you and the baby and your well-maintained bush.
Your baby 25 years from now.
Yeah. Join the 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with 20% off plus free shipping with code YANKS by going to manscaped.com. Enjoy. Yeah, interesting copy there.
That's some interesting copy there.
We got options.
Yeah.
Brett Gardner has an option.
I hate Brett Gardner.
He's got a $2.3 million player option that he can opt in. The Yankees have a $7 million club option. If Gardner declines his player option, he doesn't take the 2.3. The Yankees can buy him out for $1.1 million. So no matter what, Gardner's getting $1.15 million. Now, if the Yankees want to exercise their club option, it's 7.15 that he'd be getting. They're guaranteed already one of that, so it'd be like adding 6.15 to the tax or whatever. $6 million.
If Gardner declines, it's a $6 million decision for the Yankees.
Yes.
Yeah.
So $6 million is what it comes. The Yankees have decided, do we want him for another year for $6 million?
I think they say no to that, right?
I think so. I mean, they have Gallo now, but injuries are crazy. They love Brett Gardner. Do they say no and rework it? Does he take his player option at 2?
I think that's what the Yankees would. Yeah, I guess that's interesting. And I mean, if Brett Gardner does that, it's like, whoa, Brett Gardner's fully back. And I know a lot of people that makes you get naturally kind of super angry. I'm in kind of an interesting spot in it because for me, I mentally know that if Brett Gardner's on the roster, he's going to play 125 games, which I don't
want anymore.
Yeah, like I love Brett. And if he was playing 75 games and 60, he starts a month and a half and then he's playing defense and he's coming into games, like I would sign up for that, Brett Gardner. But like we have to come to grips at this point. We've told you people and gotten you prepped, but if Brett Gardner is on the baseball team, he's going to lead the team in games played in the outfield. So like, I don't know. He played 140 games this year.
Yeah. Do the fact that he had a good summer mean anything? Like June through August, 362 on base, 746 OPS. That's above average while playing center field. Does that mean, obviously, it's cherry-picked because it's just 3 months? Right.
If Brett Gardner ends up on the team next year, I need options in front of him. I'm fine with him playing defense and running some bases and being a part of the team.
Judge, Gallo, Hicks,
140 games.
He's going to play. It's the best. It's the good and the bad because you need people that can play. Everyone gets hurt. But is Gardner the guy you need to play?
I guess here's my thing.
Do they trust Hicks now as a center field piece that can do that? Because not Hicks. I meant to say Wade. Hey, last episode, Rosie asked me about Voit, and I totally answered it about Wade. I had so many people text me like, "You think Voit's gonna stay? You want him to stay?"
I thought you answered that kind of weird. I was like,
and
wow,
I was like,
I didn't know
what?
you were on the Voit train.
And then I was like, oh, everything I said was about Wade.
I wish I called you out. I was like, good for you, man.
Everything I said was about Wade. I think Voigt's getting traded no matter what. I've said I think Voigt's getting traded a ton of times.
I know, that's where I was.
I was so confused when people were saying that.
Like not tendered, like they're back.
I don't know why I had Wade on the mind when Rose asked me about Voigt, but I was saying about Wade. I was saying that, Wade would probably stay around. They're not going to shop him, but if they get calls, maybe. Voigt, I think they're shopping heavily. They already did.
And that's and I think Hicks actually can be a part of this conversation. The last we saw Hicks, he was pretty burly. He wasn't moving fantastic in center field. I think that'll be a big topic come spring. How much?
Winter ball. He's playing winter ball. We get to watch Hicks in winter ball.
Look at that.
Unless it's changed. I think Cash said he wants to, and they're deciding if they'll let him. But
Pujols is already hitting walk-offs in wherever he's playing.
Let Hicks play.
And, I mean, next year Hicks is going to be – he turned 32 in October. So, 32-year-old center fielder, looked like he lost a half step. That's something to keep an eye on. I like what you're saying, Jim, because that was going to be my question. And this is going to make more hair on people's necks stand up. But if Brett Gardner's back, I'm okay with that if Tyler Wade's, ahead of him on the depth chart.
Not going to happen, though.
If Hicks got hurt, I'd be more open to Wade getting, the everyday starts in center for, 3 weeks or whatever it is than Gardy at this point.
Yeah. But what's the order of the events here? Do we know? Do the Yankees get to act first, or does he?
I believe
assume he has to,
Gardner
right?
would get to act first.
So that's
so
interesting.
And we know their relationship. We've said it on here a lot.
I think they'll have a lot of open conversation.
Yeah.
But if you're Gardner, do you still think you're worth, or do you just want to be on the Yankees? Because if I'm Brett Gardner, and I don't have as much info as these guys or thought process, and he might bank on himself and say, I'm totally fine going to X team and playing a couple years there. I'd take the player option and be part of the Yankees next year.
Tampa.
Fuck that.
That'd be a nightmare, huh?
Fuck that. If I'm Gardy, I take the option $2 million more dollars to your bank account, 1 more year with the Yankees, and go out as a Yankee forever. That would mean, obviously, I'm a diehard Yankees fan, so it's not just the Yankees, but I think having one career with one team 40 years from now is cool and going to mean a lot to him.
Yeah.
Rather than
basically your only option there is you choose a team that like goes to the World Series.
Yes. So it's decline the player option, risk the Yankees paying you $1 million to not play for them, and you can go to another team and play on another team to end your career, or just not play, and that's how your career ends, or take the $2 million, say, I'm taking the player option. This is my last year. I'm retiring after this year. And 1 more year in pinstripes, and then the Yankees are a little handcuffed, and you're going to play 100 games. So if I was Brett Gardner, I would take his player option. If he doesn't, I don't know what the Yankees do. I don't think they pay him $6 million.
And if you're Gardner, just like crunching the numbers, the Yankees aren't going to give you, because after the little over $1 million buyout, so they're not going to give you more than $5 million for next year, because then they would have just picked up the option. So then how much more if your option was 2.3 or whatever the number is? It's like, all right, it's at most the Yankees can get you $2 more mil. Even if you do a bad job.
That's the secret third option here. Is these two sides are obviously so tethered that if there's a no festival back and forth, there's still a chance of a 1 year $4 million. Like if Brett Gardner and his agent can prove that's what he'd get on the open market. But I don't know. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, from knee-jerk reaction, it feels like Gardy's would just opt in.
That's what I would guess.
38-year-old center fielder who had a 680 OPS last year.
Yeah. And the CBA coming up, just take the money.
Interesting. If he wants to play.
Yeah.
Guarantee a roster. Or at
which
minimum,
that's kind of the more like
can he opt in and retire?
At minimum, he can.
Can he opt in and retire in May?
He can opt in. I think if he retires, he doesn't get it.
Jay Bruce, you don't get
he
money.
Could like force their hand. They'd have to cut him, and then he would get the money.
All right.
At least.
The next, are you any more on Gardy?
No, I just think it would also be pretty Brett Gardner move if he just like, retired.
Yeah.
We don't have to do the whole Lasseroth thing.
Just text. I'm out.
No,
for the love of the game.
Email.
No, it's T9.
I got his email.
The next two are very easy. Joely Rodriguez has a $3 million club option or a $500K buyout that the Rangers will spend. So the Yankees will not be taking that club option, and the Rangers will pay Joely Rodriguez $500,000.
That I am 95% on. I think the only 5 I would leave is he has good baseball savant numbers. Like Joely's stuff on baseball and nerdy stuff, which we know the Yankees like, is there.
You can't get out righties. And there's a 3.
As of now, who knows what Matt Blake and the factory have and all that stuff. There's a 5% chance for me that the Yankees try to be the Yankees this year and salary cap doesn't matter. So for them, it's like keeping an asset in Joely, who, he throws major league bullpen innings. So I think there is just a...
I'm at 97.5%.
Like if they kept... Okay, so you're 2.5% above me.
Because I'm scared to say 100, but it's one. It'd be shocking.
I think there's a chance they see him as an asset that they can tap into even more. And there should be no luxury tax anything this year.
I think even more than like the $3 million he'd make. Like the 60-day isn't a thing in the offseason. They might just need the 40-man spot.
It's highly likely he's
$3 million.
And then you can have the 40-man spot open too. Yes, yeah. I'm up to 99%.
You're up to 99.
Yeah.
Okay.
You never know when funny business is going to sneak up your nose.
95.2.
Okay.
0.2.
And then next one is also easy. Darren O'Day, $1.4 million player option. He's just going to take that.
Probably, right?
Because he got Tommy John, right?
Britton was Tommy John.
But O'Day was
his hamstring again.
Darren O'Day.
I thought it was a serious injury.
It was a serious hamstring injury.
I think the last update we got was he would be ready for spring training, which everyone laughed at.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's a very serious hamstring thing, and he's had that before.
Yeah.
That was the other serious injury in his career.
Because that was part of Cashman's end of year interview. It was Darren O'Day will be ready for spring training next year.
He may decide. I mean, he's 30. He's 38 as well, I think. So he may decide he's done. But yeah, Britton's the one out all next year.
All right, so he's got a player option, or if he declines his player option of 1.4 mil. The Yankees would have an option. Do they give him $700K buyout or they give him 3.1 club option?
I would assume Darren O'Day's opting in.
I would assume he's opting in and taking that as well.
39-year-old reliever.
And then if you have Gardner and O'Day likely opting in, we're guessing. And that's 3.7 mil. Joelly's out. I'm up to 100%.
He's up to 100.
If those guys opt in.
I'm 95.2. So.
Okay.
I ran the simulator, not the stimulator.
So those are all when's the opt-in, opt-out date, do you know?
I can find for sure. I believe it's end of the World Series. There's it's whatever that day that is. I think there might be 3 days after. Might be a quick Google.
MLB opt-out date?
I feel like each contract is kind of has their own language in there.
And sometimes the teams agree, hey, we can wait one more week.
Yeah, sometimes they do it, just agree to push it. 5 days following the conclusion of the World Series.
5 days, okay.
So we might be 6 days away.
We could be.
Next week's episode, we'll have the answers.
Could be.
Holy smokes. Free agents, Rizzo, Kluber, Heaney. If they were to go after any of them, you would think Rizzo? If you had to put them in order. You think Kluber?
I don't think you'd like my answer, yeah. Just from a need standpoint. And the whole Cressy and Yankee stuff. That's just a genuine...
What do you think Kluber's going to be looking for now? Another 1-year deal for $10 million?
Probably in that neighborhood.
Definitely can't.
The only reason there is a limit. They're not going to just spend like crazy.
Right.
There is, but I think they'll go over the tax this year.
If there is a tax.
And I think they
go somewhere else.
I think even if they just brought everyone back and did nothing else with all the arbitration guys and stuff, I think they're over.
Yeah. Go somewhere else. Don't. How likely do you think it is that Kluber's back?
Not high. I don't think any of those three check the Yankees' boxes. But if you look at Yankees' needs and then any conversation after that, Yankees need more pitching, and he still has the Cressy ties, and
they've now worked with him for a year.
There is some. The only reason Rizzo might win out is fan approval, fan appeal. More fans are clamoring for Rizzo to return than Kluber. There was a loud contingent of Rizzo for a while, but, that doesn't hold much water at all.
And the Yankees are probably going to get someone that can play either first or third, assuming we've been talking about they're probably going to move on from Voit and Gio. Or that's just our speculation. But
none of them are going to get a qualifying offer, right?
No.
Well, would Rizzo?
Rizzo can't because he was traded mid-season, so he's ineligible.
Kluber's probably already got one.
I guess.
Yeah, and he would just take it if he was off.
I guess Rizzo, there's probably more of a conversation than we're leading on, but that would just mean DJ LeMahieu is our third baseman next year.
Or the Rover.
Whenever someone
they gave him a lot of money. When he was the Rover, he was $12 million a year. Now he's
someone will get hurt at some point, and
absolutely.
And then bam, he's back in.
We have to assume DJ's really hurt this year.
Yeah, I am.
Like, I think the Yankees are
willing.
penciling in DJ LeMahieu as a starter. Their leadoff hitter next year. They did all this year, and he was hurt and not good.
I have faith in DJ returning to that form.
He's between what he was before this contract and what he was this year.
Yeah.
I would lean closer to that.
All right. We have an interesting note here from Erica who helped us out with the sheet.
Interesting note.
Something that occurred to her. Do the Yankees have a real infield in structure? It was technically Carlos Mendoza and Willits, but Mendoza is also the bench coach, and both Mendoza and Willits were outfielders who never played infield during their playing careers. With the Yankees' defensive issues, shouldn't this be a priority to get a guy whose only job is working with the infielders on their defense? Yankees coaching staff in 2021, there's no infield guy listed. That is interesting that the fielding instructors were all outfielders. And with how much love Ron Washington's been getting in the World Series for doing the drills before every game with them and them coming into play. And we had someone join a stream that's on the field with the Yankees a lot said, like, you don't really see him doing them that much.
Yeah.
Yankees too good for practice. Is that what it's coming down to? No.
It's like a really dumb conversation.
Might do it all when
they
the cameras
each do
are
their
on.
own practice. There's just something to baseball about Ron. If you asked baseball fans, if we family feuded 100 baseball fans, who's the best defensive infield coach? I mean, 70 of them would have no answer.
The
25 would have Ron Washington.
Dickerson.
There's two people on Dickerson.
The Padres.
One person on Dickerson, one on Dickinson.
What's his name? The Padres.
I think it's Dickerson.
He was with the Orioles, and then he followed Manny Machado.
Sure.
And he gets a ton of praise for being a fantastic infield instructor. But I don't remember
two
his name.
family feud votes there, and we're not sure on the name.
0. I mean, half the Family Feud audience is going to say, like, hell. Well, Family Feud, I think they used to poll people in Mall of America a lot, so that's Minnesota. So, Trevor
Plouffe. Nostradamus.
They should do that, though. For sure.
Yeah, I'd be into that. So
I believe, because she and I were talking before, because she said, because she asked me, who do I know who their infield coordinator is? I think Willits did stuff. He is listed as outfield instructor on their site. Also not with the team anymore, which I don't think we talked about yet. I think Mendoza was their infield guy.
Mendy.
I believe.
So we still need, if I'm reading this right, we need a new third base coach, right? The hitting coach team.
Yeah, the whole hitting. They might promote the hitting coach if they don't go outside, because I think they revamped the entire minor league hitting coaches operation, and Thames and Paletti. I might be wrong here, but I thought they revamped that, and the minor leagues have seen incredible success. All their hitters in the minor leagues the last 2 seasons.
The Yankees minor leagues had a fantastic year.
Yeah.
So
I'm
so
not.
many jumps.
They should do 2 though. They should have promote one of those guys and then get another guy to come in. Get a Van Scoit guy.
Yeah, they're gonna get a nerd.
Yeah.
There'll be someone we haven't heard of yet. That's fine.
Oh, you know what we didn't talk about was the Cole and Gardner stuff. Did we talk about that on here at all? The only thing that I really liked about the article, and who knows, it's all rumors and stuff, it does fit both their personalities to what we know, that Gardner would, if no one's heard it, the day the pine tar stuff came out, Gardner supposedly put a ton of pine tar in his hat and was walking through the clubhouse making fun of Cole, and Cole screamed at him.
Trying to make light of the
situation. Cole screamed at him and
reverse light.
And then Cole apologized the next day. Wild. I think I don't care about it at all. Cole's wound tight. And the one thing I think the article said it, Klabish in the article, they need someone that Cole can relate to. And he advocated for David Cohn, who now has a podcast with Jomboy Media. But yeah, Matt Blake might not be able to get into Cole's brain the way a Coney could, or just an ultra crazy competitor person would. And I'm interested in hitting as well, just someone who Trevor Plouffe always says, you just need coaches who will understand with you how hard the game is.
And that's I feel like the word from coaching that got lost for a few years there, and we're seeing it come back, is respect. Like, whether it's Ron Washington or Brian Snitker or Bob Melvin, who just got hired in San Diego from Oakland, like, there's something to being a 26-year-old and seeing a 50, 60-year-old man that when you show up late or something, it's not like, my bad, Skip. It's kind of like, that won't happen again. Yeah. And I think baseball kind of missed that for a couple years. I think the other phrase that kind of came in my head when you were talking about Cole and Matt Blake, who, by the way, Matt Blake deserves a ton of love. The pitching had a great year. A lot of names that we didn't expect. So none of this is shots fired at Matt Blake. Matt Blake can talk pitching with Garrett Cole, but he kind of can't coach Garrett Cole. Like, is that too dramatic?
Yeah, because he probably needs like somewhat like a psyche help, not just a tactics help.
Yeah,
not help. It's not, don't take that the wrong way. Like he could probably benefit from someone like with that mindset. So I'm interested to see how they go the coaching route. Dan Rourke, editor here, he edits Coney's new podcast, produces it. He tweeted out the top 10 prospect list.
His?
No,
okay.
Baseball America. I'd like him
interested
to tweet out
either
his.
way.
Yeah. The two names that people should know, you guys know the Martian, Jason Dominguez, but you should know Volpe and Peraza because those two guys are really rising, and I think the Yankees really believe in them, and they're the new kind of Glaber Judge. Not to say I think they'll turn out that way, but the Yankees are going to not try to trade these guys unless it would be a huge move if Volpe or Oswald, or if Anthony Volpe or Oswald Peraza or Jason Dominguez, any of those three got moved in a deal, it would be a huge move.
Yeah.
That's how you should view them. Like, obviously, prospects get traded and prospects don't pan out. But those three are at that level right now where, like,
Like, if the Yankees don't make a big move at shortstop, or if it's Corey Seager, which we've talked about a little bit, Oswald Peraza, he's supposed to be able to play major league defense at shortstop now. And he had a good year hitting. Volpe is supposed to be like kind of a special dude at this point. What he's done in the minors, at how young he is.
His season's being regarded as one of the best like minor league seasons a prospect's had.
I'm seeing
period.
Like on Fangraphs right now, they have him as the Yankees' top prospect now, like 18th overall.
And
like that's
like Dominguez had a good year. Like he's not just like benefiting from a slip or something.
No,
he just overtook him.
No, I mean
on a lot of lists.
So yeah, that's the other thing that came out today that I was going to say maybe we'll save for next time, but it's not a full conversation. They did the classic, one of the websites did the Yankees lineup in 5 years, and it was Volpe and Peraza on the left side. Volpe at third, Peraza at short.
Wow.
So get ready for that.
You know who else has made the top 10 list?
TY 2026.
My dude, Big Deet. Ken Dieter Waldachuk. Top 10.
Special.
Remember I DM'd him?
Yes.
Because his middle name was Dieter.
Yeah.
So you ever thought about going by Dieter? Derek Jeter mixed?
Dita.
You ever reply to that?
Yeah, he said in college people called me Big Deet. I believe is what he said.
So that's
At
huge.
the beginning makes sense.
Big Deet. In college, my teammates called me Big Deet. I said, that's even better than Dieter.
It's huge.
Waldachuk. Trey Sweeney, another Trey.
Mm.
So they're shortstop heavy now.
I believe Trey was their first round pick this year.
Nice. So, who's Hayden Wesneski?
Is he another pitcher? I think.
Yeah, right-handed.
I think him and Waldachuk were the two guys that had like standout
They're the
minor league pitcher years.
Hayden Wesneski.
Hayden Wesnecky.
Hayden Gregory Wesnecky. Sam Houston State.
Austin
yeah.
Miles, number 5 on that list, who has been on the show.
Yeah.
Had a good year.
Friend.
Who's the other catcher? What happened to him? Siegler?
Siegler. I think he's gotten hurt a few times. Just hasn't worked out yet.
Siegler and Bro.
Seager and Bro, same year. We saw them both at Hudson Valley. Siegler got, I think he took a foul ball to the dome.
And then he had to get removed, right?
Left, yeah. The game we were at.
Yeah, Siegler's in high A. Not a fantastic season.
Yeah, I think his glove
still only
his
22
defense so far. So yeah, catchers take a while.
And Joshua Bro.
Josh Bro. Breaux.
Josh Bro, also at Hudson Valley. He had a good year. Good. I looked at OPS right away. So he had a good slugging. Popped 17 homers.
Huge.
Not great. BA or OBP. Young guys.
Young guys.
Catchers particularly take a little bit.
That is true. Because they're doing a lot. Learning a lot.
There's a shit ton to learn.
Always learning.
All right. Like 3 years ago. So other positions, you kind of like go up every year. Catchers, not as much.
Thursday, Jake will be coming to you live or maybe pre-recorded. I don't know the plan. I won't be around. And then, we'll see how many episodes I can hop on, hop off in the next 6 weeks. But
you'll be on more than 0, I'd guess.
More than 0.
Yeah.
But it'll be a little hiatus. So thanks, everyone.
Finds a way. We'll be having fun. Hopefully we'll get coaching and option news soon. Next time we talk to you, the baseball season will be officially over.
Options.
Option
Coaches.
News.
And there's going to be other shit going down.
Ships.
See you later, guys. Thanks for listening. Oh, my God, what happened? Thanks for listening. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.